Hey everyone, I'm Mine, and this is set number 75325, the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter from the LEGO Star Wars theme. This set contains 412 pieces, 2 full minifigures, and 2 other characters, and will retail for $59.99 in the US. This set does not come out until June 1st, 2022, but it was sent to me early by the LEGO Group through the LEGO Ambassador Network, but all opinions expressed in this video are my own. So here is the build of the set, obviously the Mandalorian's N-1 Starfighter. This vehicle's weird in the show because of all the vehicles to give the Mandalorian. A Naboo Starfighter certainly would not have been my first pick, but it is a cool callback to episode 1, and I think they translated it pretty well into LEGO here. The thing about this vehicle is it is sort of like scrapped together in the show, so there is sort of like a messy aspect to this set, and that's for better and for worse. In some places I think it looks great, other places not as much. But anyway, let's just go through it. So the Naboo Starfighters are largely defined by their large engines on the side, and I do like the overall design of these. There's lots of varied pieces just to create unique looking texture. There's a stickered piece right here. These are the new bar pieces that were introduced in the January Monkey Kid wave. Right here you have like the tops of oars, and you can see there's another oar, telescope pieces, a golden flower piece right there. Just lots of varied different pieces. I really like this trans-blue Technic piece out the back. Makes the vehicle look like it's powering up, and it adds a nice splash of color to this set because it's very bland overall otherwise. And then coming to the engine on the other side, it's a very similar aesthetic, though it is done differently, so they're not completely symmetrical, and I do actually like that. It just creates a nice bit of variance and adds to the overall like scrapped together feel of this ship. Out the front too, you can see there's this printed turbine piece which is on both sides. You can see that stickered piece is missing from this side though. Coming in a little bit, I really don't like how this connection looks. The open top studs are just a little bit ugly to me. I don't mind like regular studs showing on a ship like this, but yeah, these just don't really feel like they fit in, and it's such a different color from everything else. Not a huge fan of that. I like this large windscreen piece in gray right here. I don't know if that's a new color for that part, but if it is, that's very cool to see and it works super well. And then coming back, you have lots of slope pieces for texturing. You can see there's an occasional bit of bright orange, and on the other side very similar though with slight variation. Again, some bright orange and some black. This area in the center, you can see there's a stickered piece right here. This activates the spring-loaded shooter in the set. If you push down on it, it'll shoot out. As always, I'm never like a huge fan of spring-loaded shooters because usually they just take up unnecessary space. But you know what? I think this one's hidden actually really well. This part of the build seems integrated in like really nicely. And the spring-loaded shooter itself is like hidden beneath the build. You can barely see it. So yeah, as far as spring-loaded shooters go, pretty fine one. And there's also a quote-unquote play feature back here. This part can pop off. And this is actually a small storage space where you can store the Mandalorian's jetpack as well as the Darksaber split into 2 pieces. And then once those are in there, you can close it back up. And I absolutely love that. I say this in every review that has something like this, but I love when sets have a way to store the accessories. Because when I was a kid, I would lose my accessories really often. So things like this are great to see, especially when you need to take those accessories off to put the character in the vehicle. Speaking of which, here is the cockpit for Mando to sit in. You can see there's a little stickered console piece for him to look at, and you can easily sit him in right there. He of course does not fit in with the jetpack or the Darksaber, that's why you have to take them off and store them. But that's how it looks actually flying the ship, and yeah, I think that's pretty nice. Behind that is of course the spot for Grogu. You can just attach him in right here, close it back up around him. And there you go, now they're both in the ship. The interaction between these two windshields is a little bit weird. This one tends to get caught on the other one a little bit. And obviously you can see the bigger one is very gappy in the back. So it doesn't feel the most organic, which is a little unfortunate. I feel like there's probably a better way to do that. But it's not a huge deal in my opinion, just something worth pointing out. And then finally coming back to the tail of the ship, I think this looks fairly good overall. This part's on a little clip right here so you can move it up if you want. And at the very end you have this large triangular piece with a rubber bit at the end. This piece has existed for a very long time. However, I don't know if I've ever seen it dual molded in the same color. In the past I've always seen it like one color at the base and one color on the rubber. So that is cool to see. Again, don't know if that's new, but still an interesting part to get. And then finally underneath you can see there's one more thruster, you got a little bit of trans blue right there, and I think the shaping on that's pretty good overall. Here is what the underside of the build looks like if you're curious. And yeah, pretty decent representation of this vehicle overall in my opinion. Certainly a few places where it could be improved, but I'm overall very happy with it, and I'm happy we got this in LEGO form so soon. But that's about it for the build, so now let's move on to the minifigures. So here are the first 2 figures in the set, the 2 full figures in the set. We have the Mandalorian himself and Peli Motto. Starting with the Mandalorian, this is the same one we've been getting for a little while now. But it is a fantastic figure. It's got arm printing, of course, always great to see. He's got like his Beskar armor and everything, and it looks really incredible. Love it on top of the dark brown and everything too. And this comes with his jetpack variant, which I believe has come in one set before. However, it is definitely the less common of the 2 variants, so it's very cool to get that again. In terms of his accessory, he just has the Darksaber, and unfortunately, it's not great. It literally is just a black bar and a lightsaber hilt. In my opinion, the best way to do the Darksaber would be to include the Ninjago weapons pack in black. The Ninjago weapons pack comes with a sword without a hilt, and it's been released in gold, silver, gunmetal gray, but it's never been released in black before. However, if you release it in black, you'd very easily put that on a lightsaber hilt and make the Darksaber, and it would look really good. And that way they wouldn't even have to make a new piece, just reuse was a Ninjago part. So it's unfortunate they didn't do something like that, but I guess this is an okay representation of the Darksaber. It honestly is not very good though, very disappointing to see. However, the coolest part about this guy is for the first time ever, he has a face print. We finally have a face print for LEGO Din Djarin. Despite seeing his face in season 1 of the show, every figure before this has just had a plain black head with no printing. But now we finally have a face print for him. In my opinion, it looks pretty good. It captures his personality well enough, he's never been too emotive in the show. And they got his beard and everything, yeah, I think it looks nice. However, what's even better about this figure, and you may not even notice at first, this is, I believe, an all-new skin tone. Because compare him to Peli Motto right here, right? She's just got the generic light nougat white skin tone. Din's skin tone is ever so slightly darker. But we compare him to what's previously been the darker skin tones in the past. This is, for example, what they use on Clone Troopers, darker than what Din has. And then here's this character from the Eternals, again, not the same skin tone. So this is another skin tone to add to LEGO's repertoire, and I absolutely love that. LEGO for years only had 4 different skin tones, and they recently introduced a new one in the LEGO Harry Potter line, but no, this is separate to that one. This is another all-new skin tone. And it makes me very happy to see. More diversity is always a good thing. And this allows people to recreate themselves in LEGO in more accurate ways. So I'm excited to see what else the skin tone is going to be used for. Because yeah, it looks fantastic here. Unfortunately, there is no hairpiece for Din in this set. However, if you want to see what he looks like with hair, there you go. If you have any other ideas for good hairpieces for him, let me know on my Instagram, and maybe I'll post a picture of any of your suggestions. But yeah, honestly, I think it looks really good. Very happy he finally has a face print. And then if you're curious, there is what his back torso print looks like. Like all the metallic printing, again, the suit is just really good. But we've gotten it before, so it's nothing too much to talk about. And then Peli Motto is a great new character to get. She's obviously been in The Mandalorian since season 1, so it's great that we finally have her in physical form. And yeah, she's pretty good. She's just got a work outfit on, no leg printing, which would have been nice, but I don't think it was too necessary here because she doesn't have like too detailed of an outfit. And the LEGO Batman movie belt piece in brown's a really nice touch. Really love her face print, all new for this figure, I believe. And her hairpiece fits her really well, too. There's how she looks with the hairpiece removed. And there's the back torso print as well as the alternate face. Alternate face is a little bit weird. Cool to get it, but I don't know. Something about that expression seems a little bit off to me. You guys have to let me know what you think of it in the comments. But that's about it for these two. Honestly, very happy with both of them. Glad to get them here. And then here are the other 2 characters in the set. We have Grogu and a BD Droid. Grogu is the same one that's been coming in set since, what, 2020 was the first time he came in a set? But always, he's very cute, funny little guy. He uses the LEGO baby body and his head can rotate on top. Obviously not 100% accurate, but it's very LEGO-fied, and I think it looks good. I really wouldn't want to change him. And then the BD Droid's all new for this set, and even though it is pretty much just a static statue, it does look really good. I like the intricate molding, the blue printing's really cool, and he's got a stud on his back, so if you want to attach something there, you could. But he's very similar to like a micro figure statuette, where he's just sort of on a base right there. Not much else to him other than what you see when I spin him. But yeah, I do like him, and so it's cool to get more Star Wars droids, and this is a really great one to get. Pretty happy with both of these overall. So, what are my overall thoughts on this set? I love this set a lot, except for one thing. I'm so tired of saying this at this point because I feel like it's every set this year, but oh my goodness, the price of this set is just not right. This should be $40, honestly. I could see them charging $30 for it. But no, $40 would be a good price for the set, and $50 would be stretching it, but I could understand it. $60 though is just absurd. The build is cool, and it's a decent size, but it's nothing exceptional. And while the minifigures are nice, they're not nice enough to justify that price. So yeah, honestly, I don't recommend it for the price. But price aside, because I know price isn't as big of a deal for everybody, yeah, I would recommend this set. The new Din face is obviously great to get, new skin tone and like great design. And Peli Motto is obviously a very important part of the Mandalorian, so it's great to get her. And more Star Wars droids are always cool to get. This is obviously also going to be the Mandalorian ship going into season 3, so it's an important one to get. So yeah, overall I like it, very happy I have it. Thank you to LEGO for sending it to me. But unfortunately for that price, I recommend if you guys want to get the set, wait till it's on sale, because it's really not worth it for $60. But those are just my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think of this set in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please press like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. I do LEGO videos like this almost every day, so if you subscribe, be the first to see them. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!